It's a treat. I am in my cutting station right now. Going to finish up the trimming, and then I will be doing the binding, self-binding on Cheryl's Sunbonnet Sue and Sunbonnet Sam quilt right here. I'm doing self-binding. That means that I'm going to be using the backing of the fabric to roll it over to create the binding on the front. I'm also going to be using my magic corner technique to make the most magnificent corner ever. Now take just a minute to like and subscribe. Lots of people need to see this method and this technique. It works so well. Also, when you hit the arrow down below, it will take you to another of Cheryl's quilt getting stitched out, and you'll be able to watch the binding and other processes. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I have my cutting mat underneath, and I have my smaller cutting mat above. When I did the stitching on the long arm, I kept the stitching in just a tad because I want to be able to get my mat under pretty far to be able to trim the front of the quilt and the batting equal to each other without cutting the backing. So that's why I want to slide that under just a bit more, and that's why I left a bit of a space right here. But the binding is going to cover it. You're not going to be seeing that. It's not going to be an issue. Let me scoot y'all closer here just a tad, and I will show you. So I've got this mat under there pretty well. I'm going to feel and make sure that I've got it all the way and there's nothing going through to the under mat. I'm going to line up my acrylic ruler here to make sure that I am following on the inside border right here on the same line all the way on my template, and if I need to, I will adjust out here, and then I will trim this off so that I have the front and the batting equal to each other. The next step that I'm going to do, I will be doing that all the way up, but for purposes of this little tutorial, I will show you. I will then remove the mat, and now I'm going to make the back of the quilt. I'm lining up now with my cut line of the front and the batting, and this time I'm going to choose to make a 1-inch margin right here. Sometimes I do 3/4 of an inch, but in this case I've chosen to do 1 inch. So this is how much I'm going to have to create my binding with, and that will be folded over. Is that just going to create the cutest binding? Look at how darling that's going to be. So I've just rolled it over. I could have used this. This is the extra fabric. I could have made 2.5-inch strips, which is how wide I like my binding to be, and then I could have attached it to the back and rolled it to the front and done the nice neat top stitch. That's an option that could have happened. I feel like it's probably equal effort to go either way, and this is the way that I've chosen to do on here. So stay tuned, be sure and follow along. Let's start a conversation. Is this a way you've put a binding on a quilt? I'd be happy to hear from you. Send a quilt over to the quilting studio.